I just know it's my time. All I see is the destination that I'm trying to get to. I think I'm the smartest fighter on the planet Earth. I don't just beat guys. I'm the type of fighter that dominates people. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You better be ready, boy. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. We at the UFC boxing gym. January 31st, I'm fighting Teofimo Lopez. I'm moving up to 140 pounds, super lightweight. The process ain't nothing new. I'm not trying to put on all that muscle and all that extra shit they keep talking about. Skills pay the bills, and that's what's gonna show up on fight night.
Just in preparation for January 31st against Shakur Stevenson.
He was born for this. He's God-gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You gotta do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning, and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break. Just trying to see how much more I could push.
Yeah, you could try. You know, it's like what they say, I'll try my best. You know?
No, that seems more aggressive.
Yeah,
that was like,
try.
And y'all shoulder to shoulder, right? It seems like y'all should be in the same space and y'all just fine.
Well, the way they set it up inside the ring, or inside the ring, they set it up that way, and I'm thinking we're gonna go half and half, like split.
Y'all were right there, fam.
Yeah.
With just 5 days remaining, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez are pushing their bodies and minds to the absolute limit, and we are bringing you inside every single moment.
Come out of there. Walk them out. I put a lot of great people around me, challenge me and push me and take me to the next level, and I think that's what keeps me at my sharpest. Terrence Crawford, that's my big brother. I love him to death. I feel like if he wasn't in my career and in my life, it'd have been very difficult getting to the level that I got to. And he kind of told me is take every guy serious. Seeing him and seeing how he prepared for guys who I know that's not on his level, it kind of turned me up to make sure that I do the same.
You want me to stop this? Respect me. Respect the scars that I gotta show my son for the rest of their life. Respect the work that I put in. But till then, you're gonna get the other version of me that just speaks the truth.
We still have a lot of work to do. I told him, you know, God gave you this gift so the kids could freaking look up to you, man. We could save one soul, that's a lot, man.
So that's why we gotta keep beating these guys. Beating Shakur, this is part of it to get to that next level. I pretty much have had almost everything thrown at me, and I look forward to see what will be thrown at me come January 30th.
Shakur trains with extreme intensity in camp, meticulously sharpening his technique, speed, and defense to prepare for the high-stakes bout against Teofimo.
Looking forward to this here fight with Teofimo. I know we can guarantee you for sure, 100% he's gonna be ready.
This camp feel way different from previous camps. Being away from my daughter, being away from my future wife, that's the most challenging thing. You gotta keep your eyes on the prize. This is sharpest I think I done been for a fight. My diet, I let the nutritionists and all them kind of people take care of that. I just show up and eat whatever they give me. So I pay attention to what makes me feel good, and I just stay.
Teofimo keeps his training fundamental, focused on maintaining health, preserving form, and conserving vital energy for the fight.
Today is chest, triceps, a little bit of shadow boxing with some weights. Keep the ligaments and everything loose. A little bit of forearms to finish it off. Nothing too intense like others. We don't need that. Later today, we're gonna go boxing, but prior to that, we're gonna go recover. Go see Dr. Dennis in Miami Lakes. Head over there, go get readjusted. Just keeping that grind, steady grind. We being Shakur. Yeah, that's Teofimo right there. That's takeover bobblehead.
Shakur Stevenson's camp is intensely focused, with work dedicated to perfecting technique, enhancing speed, building endurance, and refining strategy to secure domination.
For a kid named Ruben Villa, and he beat me. He beat me again in the next tournament. So now that's 2 times. So now they kept saying like, okay, Ruben Villa is the next Oscar De La Hoya. He's gonna win us an Olympic gold medal. And then by the time it came to the Olympic trials, Now it's the rematch, and everybody there think I'm gonna lose to this guy. And then I just wipe him out. I had to fight him again because it's double elimination in the Olympic trials. I flushed him even worse the second time, so a lot of people didn't think I could do it. The Edwin De Los Santos fight was my biggest setback. I wanted to please the fans and the people when I should have just pulled out the fight. And now they start writing me off and think that I'm not as good as I said I was.
Teofimo Lopez trains with controlled intensity, emphasizing core fundamentals, sustaining peak fitness, and staying healthy as part of his strategic preparation.
I want to see how much more I could push.
He's the best whenever he's in good condition. Like they say, we eat, we sleep, everything boxing.
My nutritionist is anonymous. They're giving me a lot more protein than the previous camps. I'm actually having more meals in between rather than before.
I've been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Between me and Shakur, when we were on the top rank, because we were the next rising stars, we sparred. We did only 3 rounds back in Miami in 2016. I was getting the best out of him. You should have seen afterwards. Why do you think he said stop? He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Teofimo Lopez is wholly determined to win, remaining focused, disciplined, and mentally strong to deliver his absolute best performance.
When it comes to boxing specifically, there's bobbing and weaving, and there's a lot of high repetition that starts to wear and tear at the spinal disc level. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna decompress the spine and make sure that we get hydration back into the disc.
The things you gotta go through to be a world champion. Yeah. Whew.
It's really about sports performance and making sure that his body is able to express the highest athletic potential possible.
Tonight, right now we're boxing. Yep. We're original, classic, reason why we're here type of boxing.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. confidently states his son will become world champion, praising his exceptional talent, dedication, and relentless drive in training.
When he's in there, he's just focused, you know? And when I see him focused, every time I know that he has somebody, I always tell him, you already figured him out. You know, that's like letting him know, have fun. From now on, just have fun.
Back out. Double jab.
1, 2.
When it comes to it, like boxing is pretty much all mentality. It's all mental. Are you mentally prepared with the audience? Are you mentally gonna be prepared with the certain punch selection? There's things that I also gotta train as well. There's things that I have to maintain as well. Those are things that I have to work on within myself. It's a muscle. And it's a muscle memory that you have to create now. If you don't create now, it can harm you.
Teofimo Lopez focuses on perfecting his jab during training, honing its timing, accuracy, and use as a setup for combinations.
How much I said I achieved that. He's always gotta. I beat Shakur, they'll say he went up weight class, he wasn't in his weight class. When I flatline him and they say, oh, he had the best defense, that's just how it's gonna be. You gotta be okay with it. I ended up being okay with it.
I'm gonna show everyone that his defense is not as immaculable like they say it is. That's my job. That's my job. My job is to show the true flaws that they can't see, that the world cannot see.
Shakur Stevenson states there is no personal issue with Teofimo Lopez, framing their fight as a purely professional contest focused on competition.
I just need somebody that's at 30.
That's
If it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And we need the right joker down here for it to be just as big.
Yeah. And they get kind of aggressive and open up.
Correct.
And I could catch them kind of easily.
Yeah, you catch me. Well, you want to get
Shakur Stevenson speaks with clear purpose about the clash with Teofimo Lopez, calling it a fight boxing truly needs. He acknowledges critics
assumed it. But during the fight, I'm like, yo, Teo, come on, use your jab. Keep using your jab. I'm like trying to coach him through. I know Teo. I don't know Arnold Barboza. Why would I go? If I'm front row, why am I cheering on Arnold Barboza?
Right.
I don't do that. So, and I also remember when I was fighting Josh Padley, I could hear Teo like, yo, just go to the body, set up with the body shot, so I could hear Teo's voice. So it's like, why would I cheer against you, dog?
You wanted to make that clear.
Yeah,
like
he kind of just assumed because I was with Bud that I was going against him.
question his opponents and call his style boring, so facing a top name removes all doubt. Even though comfortable at 135 pounds, he moved up to 140 for a real challenge. Stevenson believes this matchup tests him, engages fans, and brings attention to the sport. The danger motivates him to train harder, refine technique, and be 100% on fight night. External noise no longer affects him. Proving his greatness inside the ring is what matters. Every camp session, drill, and sparring round is approached with total focus and intensity. For him, this fight is about
tired of going in the ring and guys being like, oh, you're not fighting nobody, oh, you're not this. I didn't have to do this fight. I could have stayed at 135 and I could have campaigned at 135, but for me, I feel like I wanted to fight at 140 against Teo because he's one of the biggest names in the sport.
How, for the good of the sport, how important is this fight between you and Teo?
It's very important. It's important because it makes boxing great again. It keeps the fans that want to see the fight in tune. And also, you got to realize, once again, I didn't have to take this fight. I was campaigning at 135. That's the weight that I'm at. That's the weight that I, 9 times out of 10, going to go back to after this fight. But I did this because I know Teo's one of the biggest names. I know that he's one of the most accomplished fighters in or around my weight class. And the challenge wakes me up. It makes me want to go harder. Showing up day in and day out to make sure that I come in at 100% on fight night. So for me, this fight means everything for the sport. This fight means everything for me, my career, my legacy, and I can't wait to put it all on the line.
How does it upset you at all, Shakur, when people get on social media and it seems like when you fight, they be like, he's a boring fighter, defensive fighter, too boring. And is that part of it where you say, okay, you know what? Now I'm going to fight Teo. Call me boring now.
No, it don't bother me no more because they pick and choose, you know. I still hear it to this day, oh, he's boring, he's a defensive fighter, but it's like my last fight, I went in there and I entertained the crowd. I went out there and entertained the people. I took a couple punches more than usual than I usually would take. So if I did that in my last fight and y'all still can say it, y'all still want to let it haunt me, they still bring up.
11. Gareth A. Davies highlights the significance of Shakur Stevenson moving up to 140 pounds, a division filled with elite competition. He notes strong contenders like Dalton Smith, but states Teofimo Lopez is the recognized #1 after wins over Josh Taylor and Vasily Lomachenko. Davies believes Lopez has the style and experience to challenge Stevenson's rise and potentially slow his pound-for-pound ascent. Still, he sees sharp discipline, tactical IQ, and growing star power in Stevenson. After observing the build-up, Davies emphasizes the matchup is compelling and highly competitive. He predicts Stevenson's technical skill and adaptability give him a slight edge, leading to a tactical, close points victory.
Shakur Stevenson stepping up to the 140-pound division, 10-stone division. Dalton Smith, our very own Dalton Smith, is one of those champions. Teo Lopez, universally accepted as the #1 in that division. Brilliant victories in his career over Josh Taylor, and prior to that, Vasyl Lomachenko. I think a true victory over Vasyl Lomachenko. If anyone can upset the ascent of Shakur Stevenson up the pound-for-pound list, up the weight divisions, it's the spoiler that is Teo Lopez. I've watched a lot of them together in the build-up, and I like the way Teo is, and I like the way Shakur is. See, Shakur's got the gap between his teeth. It's gone now.
Yep.
He's had his teeth done. He's ready to be a megastar. I'm really, really, really fascinated by this contest.
Spencer Oliver describes Teofimo Lopez as a fighter who blows hot and cold but becomes supremely dangerous when everything clicks. He cites the brilliant display against Lomachenko as proof of his high level, then notes the loss to George Kambosos briefly derailed him. Recently, however, Oliver believes Lopez looks sharp and focused again. He says the fight depends on whether Stevenson can truly step up and chase greatness, comparing it to bold moves by elite champions. While the bout may be technical rather than explosive, both possess exceptional ring IQ, making it a pure chess match for boxing purists.
Lopez blows hot and cold, but when he's good, he's really good. Vasyl Lomachenko was an outstanding performance. Then he got derailed by George Kambosos in the fight after that and just seemed to lose his way a little bit, but in recent times looks back to his best. It's a fascinating fight. This, for me, is all about whether Shakur Stevenson can step up and bring the greatness. He's daring to be great, and I think that Terence Crawford done it against Canelo Alvarez, and I believe that Shakur Stevenson does it against Teofimo Lopez in a fascinating fight. You know, if you're a boxing fan, for the boxing purist, the sweet science between these two, you watch the technical stuff that goes in there, might not go down as one of the greatest fights there ever was. This could be a real standoff, a real technical fight, but both guys, their IQ is insane, and this is the best fight in boxing today.
It is. It's up there along with Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri.
Ade Oladipo breaks down the matchup as a clash between two elite technicians, with real pound-for-pound status at stake. He ranks Shakur Stevenson comfortably in the top 10, with Teofimo Lopez just outside, but notes a big win could dramatically shift the rankings. A Lopez victory would push him into the top tier, while a dominant Stevenson performance could spark debates for the #1 spot. Oladipo emphasizes many underestimate Lopez's preparation. Stevenson is a slick, gifted southpaw, but Lopez has beaten elite left-handers like Lomachenko and Taylor, giving him crucial experience. This has sharpened his skills and mental toughness, enabling him to adjust to Stevenson's style. Oladipo concludes the fight will be far closer than casual fans expect, a highly strategic, thrilling matchup where both are pushed to their limits.
Fantastic boxers. Shakur, pound for pound, top 10. Teo, maybe just outside it. Maybe like 12th or 13th in my pound for pound rankings. But obviously a win for Teo would take him into the top 10. A win for Shakur, I mean, there's an argument to say he could be #1. There's an argument to say you could be #1 if you are about to win your I don't know what belt, but your 4th weight division. Could be #1. I think this is such a good matchup, and I think too many people are sleeping on Teofimo Lopez without realizing Teofimo Lopez has done the best homework you can do in preparation for Shakur. And what I mean by this is Shakur is a slick southpaw, right? Elite boxing southpaw in Vasyl Lomachenko. Most people hate fighting southpaws. They're tricky, right? You don't get a good enough sparring for them. There are simply more orthodox fighters than southpaw fighters, so you grow up fighting orthodox fighters. So when you fight a southpaw, it's like, my God, what am I doing? He has fought two of the best southpaws of the last 10 to 15 years in Josh Taylor and Vasyl Lomachenko, and he's beaten them both. So he's had the perfect preparation. And removing Josh Taylor, because Josh Taylor, although a very good boxer, isn't as slick as Shakur Stevenson. Loma is. So he's been there and done that. Loma came up from a small weight class. Shakur came up from a small weight class. Is Shakur better than Loma? I don't know. It's a debate to be had. But what I'm getting at is that Teofimo Lopez will not be scared of fighting a slick southpaw.
Teddy Atlas offers a detailed breakdown, praising Shakur Stevenson for recently blending offense and defense, standing his ground, applying the sweet science, and remaining entertaining. Stevenson's technical brilliance, quick hands, Olympic pedigree, and exceptional range control make him a strong favorite. Atlas then shifts to Teofimo Lopez, highlighting the unpredictability of his mental state and the significant influence of his father.
Belt there at 140 pounds, which he just picked up from Arnold Barbosa in his last bout. Just want to get right into it, but I know a lot of people were down on Teo after his last performance. It was an underwhelming performance, like a lot of the fights were, to be fair, at the Times Square card in New York. He's returning back to New York. Just want to get your thoughts, your take, Teofimo versus Shakur.
Well, if they were down on Teo, they were up as high as you could be on Shakur in his last fight.
Versus Sapita, no question.
He finally did what people wanted, this young, talented, brilliant talent, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range. Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied.
If Lopez is focused and in the right mindset, Atlas believes he has the athleticism, speed, quickness, and punching power to challenge Stevenson as few can. He could force Stevenson out of his comfort zone and create openings for a surprise. Atlas emphasizes this fight compellingly matches Stevenson's technical mastery against Lopez's raw talent and athleticism, creating an exciting, unpredictable, high-stakes contest fans cannot miss.
Offense with the defense. He sat down and instead of moving all the time and punching on the move or on the draw back off traps, you know, you come in 5 inches, he goes back 7, and he counters the crap out of you. He stood his ground and he punched. And he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur. And they got it. Now he's a big favorite or a good favorite. You know the line's better than me, but he's a good favorite.
3-1, over 3-1 favorite.